G'day and welcome back to Ranneko Tries UFO 50. We're up to the fourth game in the collection, Paint Chase. It's a 1 to 2 player arcade game. Rev your engines and color your way to victory in the local paint racing competition. It was released in October 1983. Conceived by hardware specialist Jerry Smolsky, Paint Chase solidified his new role as a game designer. And Paint Chase is what if Pac-Man and Splatoon kind of had a kid. So rather than, trying to collect points or collect dots, you're trying to cover territory. One of the things I find really interesting is they've really lent hard into cutscenes in this game. Like, there's a lot more that tells a lot more story than you ever got in Impact. But even in other games, like of not too dissimilar time, if you compare this to like Donkey Kong or other things, the number of enemies and the number of the amount of graphics on screen is much higher than you would have gotten at the time. Just trying to think about the various ports I've seen of Pac-Man where you just couldn't handle the number of sprites that this game quite readily spits out, I think. But it's a really fun little title, right? My biggest complaint is that it's a bit longer and it has no save function. Right? It's pure, hey, how well can you control territory? It's got a variety of different enemies that come up. These enemies will have different powers, and periodically you'll get cutscenes which will teach you mechanics, and you get cutscenes to kind of set the scene a bit. And that's really cool to see. Again, cutscenes were a technology. Many things are, and so they needed to be developed. You get different power-ups here. I think this is the first time in one of these games that we've seen this like limited duration power-up. The Barbudo, you had permanent collectible power-ups. Ninpek, you have the shurikens. So I guess that is kind of similar. Bug Hunter, of course, you had your own, that was all about buying upgrades. But this has like collectible, run over an icon and you get a sort of power-ups, which I don't know the rules for when they come back. But this is just a joyful game. I had a smile on my face, and I have a smile on my face every time I try and play it. It's the easiest game of the collection so far, the one that I've gotten the closest to actually finishing. My biggest problem is that takes just a little bit longer than I tend to have time and interest for in one go. So I lean really heavily on the Steam Deck's ability to just sleep a game. But I highly recommend you check it out. It's the easiest recommendation of any game in the collection so far. Have a good one. Alright, and now as a quick closeout, I should just want to give an update as to like where I'm at with this project and with UFO 50 in general. So I'm still no good at any of the games. I've not won a single game. I'm barely playing ahead here. I'm appreciative of the fact that I do have more options each time I play one of these games, but it's not something that I get a lot of time for, and then my ability to sit down and record is even more limited. So trying to do these once a week. We'll see where we get, and I hope you bear with me. Any feedback as to the format, as to what information you'd like to see about the games, would be really welcome, and have a good one.